Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all some stocks that are about to go insane tomorrow and why y'all should keep them on your watch list. We're also going to look at the overall market to get you guys prepared for tomorrow. Alright, y'all, let's dive right into the charts. Right off the bat, we got the SPY over here, and this is it's looking pretty bullish. It's looking very bullish. I wasn't expecting this portion of the market to occur until one thing happened. We're going to go into the discords right here, and at exactly, this is 10:13, about an hour and a half after the market opened, I was bearish on the market, and I told you guys that I was looking for a major move down to that red band right here. All right. Again, this is the SPY futures, and then this is the SPY ETF, following the same thing. And I was bearish on the overall markets, and I was willing to hold any puts that I had for a lot longer if this thing was going to continue lower and lower and lower to where I thought it should go. And then my perspective on the whole market just changed as soon as this thing started to trap bears. Again, this is the mini bear flag on here. We got that. This is what I had drawn, and this is what I saw at the time. We have the breakdown right here, which looks very convincing at the time to continue to hold any puts from yesterday, right? And then it just failed to get some momentum. And then what happened next is a very nasty and cruel bear trap right here. This is a bear trap. And this is where you should start considering the possibilities that maybe you're wrong, all right? Maybe you shouldn't be holding puts. So this is where anybody who held puts on anything started to cover, and they started to just chop throughout the remainder of the day. It even formed a little bullish pennant on the right. Let me clean up the whole chart. All right. It even formed a little bullish pennant on the right here. That broke out at 150 and then closed at near the high of day. And then earnings on certain stocks caused this major push right here. Now, let's talk about these stocks. The first one that we have to look at, which crushed earnings, was Amazon. All right. And with Amazon, I told you guys that I wasn't very sure about which way we were going to go. I didn't know. I had no clue because there was nothing that could make this thing slightly easier to predict. There was really nothing. But looking at what happened, the stock crushed earnings and also beat on their EPS and they beat on their sales. And the stock is currently up by 7%. I'm not bearish on it right now. And also keep in mind that there are these individuals right here. There are some short sellers right here who have their stop loss at like 172. So once that trigger, again, have an alert set right there, right at that edge, okay, and waits for the first 5 minutes and look at the bottom for major volume. All right, if that bell rings in the initial 5 minute and there's a green candle that looks like this right here, all of the stop losses from the shorts from way back when, they're going to trigger, and that's going to cause a short squeeze. All right. And also another thing to keep in mind is that the all-time high is at 188. So we're not too far away from 188. It's only $18 from there. And we all know that after earnings, volatility kicks into the stock and the candle starts to get larger and the volume triples on the day of earnings. It could carry on even like 2 or 3 days afterwards. So keep Amazon on watch for a day trading opportunity tomorrow. All right. Now, the other stock that had earnings was Meta. And Meta crushed earnings as well. This one is up by 10% from 394. All right, I think it made a brand new high, I think. Let's see. Let me remove that. And we're going to go all the way to the left. Yeah, it made a new high. The stock made a new high. Now, the next target that a lot of people probably have in mind is 500, a possibility. I would say take this day by day. It's probably gonna do something similar to what Netflix did. Netflix also had, let's see, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. We're gonna go on to one, and then we're gonna compare it with Netflix. Then we're gonna delete everything, and then this is what happened to Netflix. A huge push up, and then it went up by like 30 points on that day of earnings. Let's see on this one. There you go. Right. So something like this is in the realm of possibilities for Meta. So just watch the stock for that. Set your alerts at around 455 or 457. Somewhere over here. And the same concept again. Wait for the bell to ring and look for volume for a potential move up to 470, followed by a pullback. All right, so that's my thoughts on Meta. The third stock, which these two stocks again, Amazon and Meta, those massive reactions are the reason why the SPY and QQQ are up so much after hours. All right. And also anybody who are shorting the markets, that will cause a short squeeze. There's some short sellers right here. They're going to get out. These short sellers, they're going to get out. And even also keep in mind, watch the retest. There's probably going to be like just a little bit of a scare, like just long wicks at the bottom before we push higher. And it will be due to these shorts covering. So keep your eyes on it. All right, keep your eyes on that. So the third stock that had earnings and didn't do too well, this one I warned you guys about in the last video. It didn't quite do what I told y'all it would do, which was to fill the gap first before earnings report, right? I was expecting for this thing to get filled at exactly 182. It opened up lower, but it didn't really drop. It opened lower, but it didn't drop. All right. And one thing that I told y'all also was the IV crush. This is an example of it. So we're going to take care of that gap, which is the good thing, right? We keep care of all of the gaps below before we think about anything higher. So I am leaning bullish on this one. It's just the gap gotta get taken care of first. And then there'll be a day trading opportunities to get back up to 188. And this is actually nice because the contracts on both sides are going to get annihilated. Anybody who bought puts, those puts are not going to move that much. Yes, the stock is kind of down a little bit by 3%. But in order to see major gains, especially on the day of earnings, we need to see something like a 10 or 15% move or a 6% move on a really expensive stock, kind of like Netflix, for example. All right, but that's my thoughts on Apple. And yeah, just watch this one for a potential long. It's not gonna stay down here in the 180s forever, so keep your eyes on that one. Now the next stock that I want to share with you guys, I want to discuss a stock that has a bullish pennant on it, and it looks like it wants to take off. That stock is BHP. All right, and the reason why I want to share BHP with y'all is because number one, it's been beaten down since the beginning of the year, which means that there is room to the upside. And the second reason is the bullish pennant on the 4-hour chart. It's right over here. And it's breaking out right now in after hours. So watch this one for a move. all the way up to the previous level of resistance at $65 from these levels right here. All right, so keep that one on your watch list. That is my very honest thoughts on what happened today with the markets and on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Don't forget to demolish the like button as always. Again, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Central Time, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That way YouTube notifies you whenever I release these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see it, along with the trades that I take, and most importantly, the reason why I take the trades that I take to begin with, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Guma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.